think it's our door?
See her?
No,
It's
that's
spelled
not.
different, right?
It's spelled differently.
It is?
And she, maybe she's online, but I don't think she could be here today.
Oh, okay.
We can see.
We're live.
All right, good.
Opening Board of Health on March 5th, 2024. This is Dr. Amy Vigan. Roll call.
Patrick Tropiano's here.
And two of our members can't be here today, and the associate members. And
We do
I
have a
don't know
quorum.
about Jillian yet, right? We do have a quorum.
2 out of the 3.
Okay. I'm gonna skip because we have Bob Collette, who helps with the tobacco regs, is here soon. I would start with the health agent's report.
It's been pretty slow in the septic world. Did 1 conventional Title 5 upgrade, 2 perk test upgrades, ongoing our restaurant inspections. That is about it. Rental program, Robin's still working hard at that. And that's about it since the last meeting.
And no court case. Seems like we haven't had court cases in forever now, like a year or so.
We did get a search warrant this week, so Monday we're going out to a property to do that.
Okay. But true court cases like we used to have all the time, they're just no longer.
I've yet to experience one.
Thank
Right.
goodness.
Maybe we take them off or just put them on if they come back.
Good news.
Right.
And the nurse is going to be coming, and
That is what I hear,
I
yes.
think,
Yep.
once or twice a year, having the nurse and also the
epidemiologist,
epidemiologist would be
yeah.
really lovely to have her come one time.
I think they're working
Great.
on bringing in the guys from, for Title V too.
Right.
Yes.
So, that, how are you?
I'm well, yourself?
Good. Welcome. And seeing who's up there. Okay, so we're going to start with discussion and possible vote regarding Anchor Liquor's tobacco violation.
Okay, so he's not
And-
here, and he's not going to be here. We're gonna move it to next week.
That's the one
Next
we're
meeting.
moving.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
That's moving to
so
next.
that's move, that's easy.
So next one will be the
Yeah,
Sunoco station.
Yep,
on
so
Main Street.
discussion and possible vote regarding Sunoco tobacco violation.
I'll Bob read it to the record.
Yep,
what-
yeah, you will. Done this a
Sunoco,
few times.
Sunoco on Cranberry Highway.
Yes.
The very beginning, second one in.
Okay, so on February 5th, 2025 at 2:38, the youth buyer entered the Sunoco at 2889 Cranberry Highway and successfully purchased a container of Zyn nicotine pouches for $7.99. Was not asked for an ID. The clerk was a male, adult, older adult.
Okay, I believe Elliot Youssef up there is the guy from Sunoco.
Would anyone like to speak on behalf of
Can you bring
Sunoco?
in Elliot Youssef?
Jillian Morton's hand is raised as well.
Oh, she's here now. And Jillian Morton is now present. What if we would? Once we get her up and online.
There she goes.
I'm sorry, you said.
Guys,
Elliot.
And then.
Hi, Jillian.
Hello.
we're right on time.
Yeah, I
Yes,
believe.
we've just
Youssef-
started. We've just started and we went to health agents report first, and then we have jump number 3, which, because we're gonna do it next time. And we're at discussion possible vote regarding Sunoco tobacco violation.
Okay.
Okay? And
Yes, Elliot.
Right.
Hello?
Elliot, yes, would you like to speak?
Yeah. So I was notified about this in the mail, and I asked, obviously, when the compliance check form came in, We very rarely have these violations happen. I tell my guys, I train my employees to ID everyone, even older people that look way above 21. So the fact that this happened, I mean, when I found out, I was kind of shocked as well. But I mean, I can assure you, it won't happen again. Um, yeah, I mean, I know Zins. I mean, a lot of younger. There's a younger age for it. A lot of the younger people like to buy them. So after this happened, I told them strictly, anyone asks for anything, tobacco isn't related, you ID. We don't even have that much of a variety of stuff. We only sell a handful of cigarettes and a little bit of Zins. Um, so I mean, that's why I was kind of shocked when it happened. But I mean, definitely told all my guys that going forward, you guys gotta double check IDs every time. So
Right, thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so I actually spoke to the owner, I think it's his son right there. And
yes, yeah,
he's very shocked that this happened because it comes up on his screen to check. And the guy had to bypass it to do it. And they were really pretty ticked off. So he promised to me when I was there that that would never happen again and they'll block it so that they make sure everybody gets tested. And I think that's good. And I like the fact that he came in and kind of threw himself on the sword and sort of admitted that what he did and that he was going to stop it from happening. I like that.
Are
So,
they on this list here? Am I
Yeah.
missing?
yeah, they're on the list. You go,
Which?
yeah,
uh,
if you look at the permit.
It's number 6, Cranberry Highway
Six
Shell.
right here, see it?
Oh, there it is, that's Cranberry,
Because
okay,
they used to
yep,
be
yep.
Shell.
I was
but they
looking
have
for
one-
Sunoco.
They
Yep.
only have one violation and
And that was in,
it was just
this is the
recent.
first,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the
First one,
first
yeah.
time. So I would move that they pay the $1,000 fine and the 3 consecutive day suspension that they work out with the health agent.
And,
And that's what I move.
and do I have a
I
second?
second.
And
Second.
roll call vote,
Patrick Tropiano, yes?
Jillian Morton, yes.
and Amy Begun, yes.
Yeah, I just want everybody to understand that, the fines are the fines. We don't have a lot of say over this. This is state stuff. And if you violate the 18, the 21 regulation, then we really have no say in the fines. The only thing, unless there's an extenuating circumstances that wasn't taken into a place, we can hear that. But other than that, we have to impose the fines, okay? All right.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
All
Understood.
right, thank
Good
you. Okay,
Um,
Thank
good.
you.
And
Thank you.
the next is discussion possible vote regarding Cumberland Farms tobacco violation. Now, we have 3 different ones.
This is the one that's up there now is if you
It's
follow the list.
165. Yes, I know, I just was looking
Yeah,
on
second,
this
Yeah,
page which
okay,
one it is, because
yeah.
we have 3 of them.
so this is the second violation.
And on February 5th, 2025, the Cumberland Farms located at 2364 Cranberry Highway in West Wareham sold a package of, or a single black and mild cigarillo to the youth buyer at 1:50 p.m. And the clerk's name was Erica in this case. And product cost $2.67. The purchase was not asked for an ID.
It's just
Is
same
anybody
as
here for
any-
Cumberland's?
Jenny at the top.
Do you know who they are? I don't know their names.
It's Jenny, her hand's raised.
Jenny? Okay, good.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, how are you?
Great, would you like to comment?
I would. I'd just like to say that unfortunately this did happen, but we have a 0 tolerance policy for any sale to minors. So that team member was immediately terminated. We have a very strict training program in place, and we're doing everything we can. Not only do they have to sign a book every 30 days reminding them of the policy, but they also have to do an enhanced tobacco training every 60 days and another yearly training that is completed in January of each year. So Unfortunately, we are doing everything we can do to try to deter this from happening. But like I said, we do keep a zero tolerance, and this team member was fired the day after we received the violation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Yep, like I said, we
This
don't
is a
have any
second.
choice, the fines are the fines, so I move that we assess the $2,000 fine for the second violation and the 7-day consecutive suspension, and the suspension will be determined by the health agent. So that's my motion.
I have
Can I
a,
second that?
and yes, roll call vote,
Yeah, Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
and Amy Begun, yes. Do you know the time span of the second and third violations over a period of how many years?
It's over 36 months.
36, okay.
Yeah. The total period, 36 months, right?
Yes, I was just reading it earlier too.
Okay. And next is the East Wareham Liquors tobacco violation. Anyone here?
Okay. So, again, on February 5th, 2025 at 2:41 PM, the youth buyer emerged from East Wareham Liquors, having successfully purchased a package of Zyn nicotine pouches for $9.54 from a male adult, paid with a $10 bill. And that was it.
Do you know the name?
Is,
Danny
No
Patel.
name.
Danny? Okay.
hi, Danny.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Would you like to
I'm s-
comment?
I'm sorry that happened. This is the first time happened in since I've been owner, and I spoke to the employee like this shouldn't be happening again, otherwise you're gonna get fired. And he took that seriously. So again, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Danny.
You're welcome.
You ready?
Motion, yes?
Yeah, I make a motion that we assess the $1,000 for the first violation, and the 3 consecutive days to be determined by the health agent, the East Wareham Liquors.
Can I second that?
And roll call.
Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Amy
Jillian
Begun?
Morton, yes. Sorry.
Okay. Next is Joe's Gas tobacco violation.
I think he's here.
Hi there.
Can I say?
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
you may.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so on February 5th, 2025 at 1:23, our youth buyer was successfully able to purchase a package of Backwoods Sweets cigarillos from a mail clerk for $8, paid with a $20 bill, and wasn't asked for ID or anything.
Do you have a comment?
Would you like to
Would you
speak?
like, yes, would you like to speak or have a comment about?
I don't know. I don't know exactly. Maybe he came already, but maybe I was busy in that time. So and I'm diabetic. So maybe he came at the time I'm hungry or I didn't take my medicine, so I'm not on focus. But I work in stations since 2 years. I'm serious in my work, and I'm honest in my work. I ask everyone. The last one I asked him is today. He came today. He needs a cigarette. I told him, "Where's your ID?" He told me, "I don't have." I told him, "No, I can't sell." And I take a photo for him while he was moving. After moving, I take a photo as an evidence with me. You know what I mean? But who came? The person who went to Juice Gas, he saw me. He saw me.
Oh, do
I
we,
don't know if you would.
Um,
I'm asking you.
we don't know who the name of the guy was. Do we know who was
No,
there
no.
at the time?
The description. You saw me or someone else.
Oh, no, I witnessed him going in and coming out, and the purchaser only goes in with money. He has nothing else in his pockets or anything, so he can't produce an ID or anything like that. So I don't know if it
No,
was
you know, I'm asking you, I'm sorry for asking you, sir.
Yeah.
But at Joe's Gas, many guys working there. You know what I mean? Many guys, I'm one of them.
Right.
You know, and I'm serious, and no customer, maybe he knows me. He always come to bump gas with me. I'm honest in my work, and it's honesty to ask everyone. You know why? Because first, I never smoke.
But you're gonna have to make sure that that whoever's working there, that they don't sell cigarettes to minors.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I know
this is a
that.
second violation. 2 more violations within that 3-year
Second
period, you
violation
could
for
lose
me.
your license.
No, I'm only working
for the
there.
business, sir.
No,
For the business.
For the business.
Yeah. So we can't,
You know, but you know what I mean. But it's not me. It's not me
Right,
for.
I know,
right, so you
that's fine.
need to really educate, or if you can't keep people hired there
Really?
who are gonna sell to minors.
Yeah, you can't let that
I'm
happen.
honest in my speech,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I did what I know, and you know what I mean.
Well, you gotta tell Joe, you know, Sam to rein this in, you know, whatever, with all the employees. Make sure they don't do it, because
It's
if he gets
expensive.
2 more violations, he loses license.
So I told you, and so many guys working at Juice Gas, many guys. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's not me. Maybe
Right,
someone
that's
else.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
But on that day, February 5th, to be honest, it's my work over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's my day,
But you're not in front of it all the time.
but I ask everyone who comes to me.
Somebody didn't ask.
Okay.
So we still have to give the fine because it is a
State
requirement.
requirement. So I move that we impose the second violation, and I'm serious, second violation, you know, you could be on the road to losing your license, so you gotta kind of pay attention. For $2,000 fine and 7 consecutive day suspension to be determined by the health.
I second.
And roll call vote.
Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
You finished now?
And Amy Vigat.
Finished?
Yes.
We're all set.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is he
No,
for Sam's Gas as well?
excuse me?
Is he the one for Sam's Gas as well that will be here?
Oh, is he,
I don't know
no,
that.
I
He
don't think,
came for same gas. He was the
Juice
one
Gas.
representing
I'm
the
working.
Joe.
I'm
The
working
Joe,
for Juice
Sam's,
Gas.
Yeah.
We'll
are
see
you
when it
here
comes
for
up, I
Sam's
guess.
Gas
Yeah.
too?
No,
Yeah.
no,
it's-
no.
Okay,
Same,
all right.
I guess we'll see when it comes
That's
back
We'll
up.
see when it comes up.
The other guy at Sam's Gas is at hospital because he is sick today.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, yeah, no
Thank you.
I
problem.
don't think it's him.
So Mayflower Liquor.
And, yep, and Mayflower Liquors tobacco violation.
You know who that is?
Okay, so, on February 5th, 2025 at 3:02 PM, where youth buyer successfully purchased a package of Zyn nicotine pouches from a male clerk at Mayflower Liquors for $12.50. Was not asked for an ID, paid with a $20 bill.
So she doesn't know
And
who it
is-
is, so ask them to raise their hand.
Right. Yep. Is anyone here regarding from Mayflower Liquors?
Need to raise your hand. It's not,
Do you know who it is, Sam?
she does.
I can look at their permit real quick and see if I can pull their name up.
Yeah. Mayflower Liquors, anyone here?
You have to
So
raise your hand.
raise your hand, let us know that you want to be opened up. There's not much we can change anyway,
Yeah.
so I would still entertain a motion.
Okay, I move that we have assessed the second violation fine of $2,000 and 7 consecutive day suspension to be determined by the health agent.
Is this the
Second.
second,
Patrick
one second,
Tropiano.
this, 1 second, I'm looking at Mayflower Liquors on the sheet here.
Yeah.
Is this not the third?
No, because
Not
the
within,
first,
said the other one was before the
Yes.
date, okay, okay,
So
excuse me.
Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
And Amy began, yes.
Beautiful.
So just so for the document, they did have a third violation, but it was before
Beyond.
3 years.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count. It was in May of '21.
I just hope that everybody realizes that these things accumulate. And, you know, you get 4 violations, you're gonna lose your license. And the problem with that is it's also bad for the community because that license goes away and it disappears forever.
Well, it depends how you look at that.
Won't
Or
even,
it's good for the community, and there's less tobacco being sold and less people getting sick from
well,
lung cancer and heart disease
yeah, well.
and peripheral vascular disease, and
Well,
I could keep
You
going.
can say that, but.
I can.
You know, that's true, I mean, as
The-
far as, whatever, but it's.
Right. The
it's
goal
not-
in.
It's not a good thing.
Right, the goal in all of this is that less people smoke. We used to have a lot less young folks smoking. And it was great, 20 years ago, very few young folks were smoking in high schools, and then they came out with the vapes.
Vapes, yeah.
And the vapes, you know, kids could easily smoke in school with them, it didn't smell, and unfortunately, they're just as dangerous, it's just as much nicotine. So I would, you know, in my mind, I feel bad for people that are addicted, because a lot of people try to quit 5 times and they don't. As a physician, I see all the people with their problems, with their foot amputated, or their heart attack,
I'm
or their
sure.
lung cancer, so,
The problem-
anyway.
The problem you do have, though, you know, is that you can control a legal system, you cannot control an illegal system. And
that's
we
true.
don't wanna get it into that role,
Correct.
where then we have it being sold on the streets. Wouldn't be good.
So next is New England Convenience Tobacco Convenience, this is their first.
Oh, here he is. Sit down,
Hi
please.
there.
Thank you.
Dr. Amy, on this one, I have to recuse myself because they were my client, so just so
Okay.
you guys know on this one.
Thank you, Jillian.
Yep.
Mr. Collette.
Hey, Bob.
So on February 5th, 2025 at 3:13,
My birthday.
youth buyer successfully purchased a package of Zyn nicotine pouches from New England Convenience and Smoke Shop, and for $7.44, and was not asked an ID from a male adult who sold it to him.
I'm the one who sold it.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Nasif. Okay, I'm the one who I sold it to him, and my mistake, like, I did not require the ID, but I did a lot of changes right now. And now we force people to take ID and especially scanning them. And I did some changes in the store, like especially signs, like make sure you, when you come to the store, ID has to be in your hand or we don't serve you with cigarettes. So, I'm sure approval, like I have approvals like this right now.
It is your store?
On my receipt right now, nobody could buy cigarette, like anybody buy cigarette, the visual ID will scan, and in case approved, we have his date and everything, we sold it. And it shows on the front desk that we scan IDs and all that.
That sounds like you're being proactive,
Oh, yeah.
which is
Even-
great.
Even, I used to have a sign outside the door, I had to move it into the hallway, but people won't see it. What is it? Like this one. Like when people, I used to have it
Sounds
outside,
great, yeah.
people won't see it, but now I moved it indoor, people see it, please bring your ID with you. Plus, on the, next to the, what do you call it? I just received it from the company.
Excuse me. I'm sorry for.
You're all set.
Can you write to me the first violation and the second violation date?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for.
Give us a
wasting
minute,
time.
we'll do it, okay? Let's finish with this young man, okay?
Okay.
Then we'll do it.
And when gentlemen come to the register, that it shows like if no ID, we are going to take your ID with, you know, what I
Perfect.
mean, refuse your sales.
That's great. Cause you're responsible, after all, to make sure that nobody gets the cigarettes from that age.
My workers were shocked, like you did it, like
No.
it's like, and you're always on us daily basis, like make sure ID every day. But before I say good morning, I tell them, guys, ID people, and when they find out that I did it, they were like,
Okay. All right, I move that we institute the $1,000 first violation and the 3 consecutive days to be determined by the health agent for New England convenience.
And I second that.
Second, okay.
Roll call vote.
Got roll call, Patrick Tropiano, yes.
And Amy Vigan, yes.
Beautiful. All right, thank you.
All right, thank
All
you.
right,
Did you get him the dates for him? And give them to him in writing? Thank you.
yeah,
That's it.
he's from Joe's Gas.
Getty, Sam's Gas too?
You want the Getty station too? Or just Joe's Gas?
No, I'm just Joe's Gas.
Just
Already
Joe's
did
Gas,
Joe's
okay.
Gas.
So just give him the Joe's Gas ones, please.
What do we do?
So he just asked for one of the dates of the
The dates of the 2
previous
violations.
violations.
Oh,
So she can get that for him. So next is Route 6 Fuels LLC tobacco violation.
Oh, there he is. Come on in. Take a seat.
Okay, so February 5th, 2025, our youth buyer successfully entered the Route 6 Fuel Quick Mart at 204 Marion Road and was able to purchase a package of Zyn, again, from a male adult, and paid $7.43 for it with a $10 bill. I'm sorry, a $5 bill. 3 ones, or whatever, yeah, 3 ones. Was not asked for ID.
Okay, thank you.
Usually I'm always there
Could
from
you, now, can you tell us what your name is?
Muhammad Iqbal. I'm the owner there too. There.
Yes, thank
And
you.
open to closing, I'm always there, but I think the same time, I went to the bank and I just put someone, and that's why I could figure out. I couldn't figure out when you say 764. I don't have any items up in it, which is in my mind. But that's why you said Zen. So 6, yeah, I don't know how come 699 plus 6 coming 64. But it happened, you know. It's nothing to be. I deny of anything just like that. So I can't.
Sometimes clerks will give odd change, don't throw the pennies in or the
But it's so,
whatever.
no, I just do penny for me. They just always. But myself, 7. Even I'm fasting today. Always open to closing. Myself, even today, 5 people came. 5. And I know them by face even, and they come in even, I don't need ID even, say them, this is a minor, but the strange, regular customers, you know, we're living here 7, 8 years. And those are the same customers coming, but outsider, when I see them, of course, and we told the other guys too to me, which is here I, so this happened, you know, I'm not just denying anything, we just like claiming, and it's so, because I was not there, I knew, because otherwise, they shall try, everybody try to come one way, another way, so.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I move that we enforce the fine of $1,000 for the first violation and 3 consecutive day suspension to Route 6 Fuel, and that the health agent be allowed to determine the dates of closure.
Yeah.
And second,
And
So, Patrick Tropiano, yes?
Jillian Morton, yes.
and Amy Vigan, yes. So
Okay.
sorry.
So.
Yeah, you're okay.
No, it's our fault, we had to.
You can
accept-
check with the,
Regardless, you know, it's happened, it's not like making stories. It's a hand coming, it's officially all coming, this one, it's happened, you have to accept, it, and I have to take the things, I'm the owner, so not, they don't care, anybody.
so you can check in with the office tomorrow,
Yeah, come here to,
tomorrow after,
Yeah,
yeah.
come see me tomorrow or call me and we'll figure out the dates
okay, so,
and the $1,000 fine.
so I'll bring 1,000, I'll bring tomorrow check too, so we'll see.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Beautiful, thank
The
you.
other thing that people should be reminded of is that, you know, we've had, last time out, I think we had 8. And this time we had what, 10?
11, I think.
11?
was that?
Yeah.
11, that's a lot. We
It is
can't
a
keep
lot.
having this happen. And I'm gonna
It's-
guarantee you that sometime very soon, you're gonna get tested again. And I don't blame them for testing you over and over again until this gets straightened out.
Well, you
Bob
know,
does a great job at this.
we have on the list, we have 3 places that are on their 3rd violation. One that's on the 4th, which may be a suspension, you know, so, anyway, yeah, be careful and,
Yeah.
So next is the Sam's Gas Getty Tobacco
Yeah, so
violation.
again, February 5th, 2025 at 1:20 PM. Our youth buyer successfully entered Sam's Gas 2 Getty on 307 Main Street and was able to purchase a package of Zyn. Was not asked for ID, paid only $3 with a $20 bill.
Okay,
Is anyone here from Sam's Gas?
raise your hand if you are. Don't see anybody, okay. I move we impose the fine of $1,000 for the first time violations of Sam's Gas 2, Getty, and the 3-day suspension with the health agent being allowed to determine the 3 days consecutive.
And a second.
Second,
Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
And Amy Viga, yes. Next is Speedy Mart Tobacco violation.
It's February 5th, 2025 at 1:55 PM. Our youth buyer successfully entered the Speedy Mart / Mobile at 2238 Cranberry Highway in West Wareham and purchased a package of Zyn for $7.43, paid with a $5 bill and 3 ones. Was not asked for ID, and there was a female adult clerk.
Okay.
And this looks like it's a second violation.
If they
Is
are-
anyone here from Speedy Mart?
Yep.
Yes, Joe?
Yes, hello.
There he is. Hello.
Hi there.
How are you guys doing?
Good.
So I'm the son of the owner, and everything with me today.
I
but-
can't hear you.
I'm sorry, I said I'm the son of the owner. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
And
you
now
gotta-
it's better.
I apologize. Yeah, this is something we take very seriously. I mean, we've been in business for about 25 years and we've never been put in this position. We have changed our cash register to ask, to notify the clerk that they have to ask for ID. And you can see them for the ID now. And that also won't happen unless we purchase it.
Your speaker's off again. We couldn't hear the last little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Maybe it's, yes.
All right, so I don't know which part you heard, but we have changed our cash register to ask for ID. A pop-up comes up that notifies the cashier that an ID is required. The ID has to be scanned, and we train all our employees to obviously ask for ID, to make sure anyone that looks under 40 now to ask for ID. And we have rerun the training again with all the employees. We've done an in-house training to make sure this problem doesn't occur again. Like I said, this is something we take very seriously. We don't want this to occur again.
All right.
Okay, thank you. So I move we impose the $2,000 second violation and the 7 consecutive day suspension to Speedy Mart, and again, allow the health agent to determine the 7 consecutive days.
And a second.
A second,
Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
And Amy Viga, yes. So Joe, you can get in touch with the office tomorrow to decide on when the 7-day suspension is gonna start and to be able to pay the fine. Okay? I think you were on silent, but. Joe?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble with. I couldn't hear that last part you guys said.
So you can get in touch, you can call the office tomorrow and speak with the staff regarding the suspension and when it's gonna start and also paying the fine.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you for coming. So.
That's it for now.
That's
That-
it.
the other
So,
will be on
yeah,
this.
so this has been, you know, we had this many a while back, and then it's been pretty quiet for the past year or so,
It
but
was 8 last time, it's still, from a percentage standpoint, a very high number.
It's
is a
huge.
Quite, very surprising, given the amount of the fines and the, you know.
it's a third, isn't it?
encourage-
A third of the,
Yeah,
I mean, we only
Roughly.
have 30,
yeah, 30, around 32 or 33,
yeah,
so
and there's 10 of them, so.
right. So it's discouraging in that sense, and you know, we visit every retailer every year, we go over all this stuff. I would highly recommend that all retailers just card everybody, you know, it's easy to override these scan systems that they put in, they spend a lot of money on them, but like you saw tonight,
Mhm.
at least one person in this, you know, in this list of people who sold overrode the scan.
Right.
Right.
It's, you know, and we've had it happen other places too, where a clerk will scan their own license for somebody to be able to buy, or, so,
Amazing.
it's, you know, it's unfortunate, and, I get no satisfaction or happiness out of it. I mean, a perfect day is when I go out to 33 stores and get no sales, and I know everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. And if we're catching 11 on one instance, one day per year, it's reasonable to assume that this is happening several times every day.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
We would shut everybody, if we did it every month,
Yeah,
everybody would be shut down, well, not everybody,
you're
but
right,
a lot,
right.
a lot of them.
So, I mean, it just makes, it's logical to think that
Right.
that it's happening all the time. So, you know, I don't know where to go. I mean, the fines and the suspensions should be
I
impactful
mean,
enough
the
to.
stores themselves should be, so the group of stores around should be, sort of hospitals do this too, they do their own surveys.
Right,
So you guys should be going around and doing your own mock surveys, so you don't get fined for it, but you figure out if people are doing it
Yeah.
behind your backs. You know, so, you know, if once a week, somebody went around and did it, you don't get fined for it, but you know that somebody's selling. And I mean,
some of the corporations do that. I know Cumberland Farms does, for instance, but they still have across the state, an embarrassingly high, illegal sales rate.
Yeah.
So, and you know, it's hard because there's a lot of turnover, with these companies for that, in that industry in general. It's tough to get reliable and trustworthy employees sometimes, but
Never ceases to amaze me when they make a lot of money off this stuff. It's amazing. I mean, one guy had told us he was making 25 grand a month on cigarettes, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And yet he takes a risk like that. Same thing with alcohol, they do the same thing.
I know.
I mean, we have to do 2 stings a year on alcohol.
Right.
That's required by the ABCC.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people
Right.
get caught. I mean, I never can understand it. Card everybody, don't worry about it, you know?
That's
Card
really, it would be the smartest
everybody, and you'll
approach,
never
yeah.
get in trouble if you card everybody.
so next time, we have 2, the anchors, and then also the 7-Eleven,
Yes,
right?
Yeah, 7-Eleven has a video that I'd love to show you.
yeah, we're gonna see that.
I
Okay,
called you last week, but
Oh.
it's fine, you're too busy for me.
are you showing us all, or you're talking about?
Well, yeah, I'll show everybody.
Well, we'll
But
have to
it's
see it
a-
that day.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
We'll have
Okay.
to see it that day, anyway.
Okay.
But education, how to, how to educate,
There's
and keep
actually a double
educating.
violation in that store at the time you went in there, though, right?
Right,
Yeah,
But
so we'll see.
I
When
don't
we see the
necessarily think
information.
so.
But we'll see. We shouldn't be probably talking about it now anyway, because it's on
No.
next week.
okay.
So,
Right,
thank
thanks.
you for coming, and you'll coordinate with the office about coming back
Mm.
that day, yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
a couple of
wonderful.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
All right.
So infectious disease report and medical report, everyone, there's nothing really new going on, we're still seeing quite a bit of flu
Well, it's a
and
disease.
COVID and RSV, measles is certainly out there, not so as much in this direct area. Luckily, there have been recommendations that everybody get their MMR, which is a measles vaccine. There was a death of a child in Texas. And so I would encourage everybody to get vaccinated for all vaccines. We know they work. It's scientifically proven. And they don't really, I mean, you might get, generally, people don't get hurt. So statistically, you're more likely to do better than not do better with the vaccines, so.
Measles freaked me out because I got it twice when I was a kid. And you see this eye right
Yeah.
here? That's from the measles.
Yeah.
My eye turned out from the measles.
Yeah, if some kids got handicapped and were mentally disabled for their life with meningitis, little children that got it as babies, and I know somebody who's, so I think that mothers, fathers, guardians are smart to get their kids vaccinated and keep them safe. So that's today. So any announcements from anyone?
Okay, I move,
Anybody else
move
have
we
any?
approve the February 19th, 2025 minutes.
Do I have a
Second.
second? And all those in
Tropiano,
favor?
yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
And Amy Begun, yes. And have a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
And second.
And all those in favor?
Patrick Tropiano, yes.
Jillian Morton, yes.
And Amy
Awesome.
Begun, I've never heard a no for that. Thank you all.
Bye,
Nobody
guys.
The
ever-
video
Thank
in,
No.
everybody's work.
Yeah, everybody wants to adjourn, right?